Well, hello, Carnival Magic Cruisers. Whether you are a past cruiser, you're about to go on your cruise, or you're a future cruiser, I think we'll have some news in this video that most of you will appreciate. And let's get into the many likes, loves, and tips that I have for you on the Carnival Magic right after this.
I just can't get away from a good time.
All right, everyone. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Brad, and I'm the host of Coach Cruise. And I recently just came off the Carnival Magic, and I had an absolutely wonderful cruise. Met a ton of great people, many of them that I will stay in contact with, that have already joined the Coach Cruise family on Facebook, which I invite you to do as well. And they are already subscribed, so they are official Coach Cruisers, which I hope you are also if you haven't already subscribed yourself. But you came here for likes, things I liked about the Carnival Magic, the loves, the things that I wish I could do over and over again, and other tips that you might have to maximize your Carnival Magic experience. So let's get right into it. Okay, now let's start with one that I love. I do on every particular cruise, but it is at a cost. So, we're going to get the costly ones out of the way first, but the Seafood Shack. Okay, now the Seafood Shack has some items that I think are priced a little, I guess fairly, but I'm always looking for an item that is fabulous, that might be a very, very good value. So I think the peel and eat shrimp are fabulous. They serve it with some hot melted butter, and you peel the shrimp, the little shell. It's very easy to do. Dip that in some butter, have a beverage of your choice in your hands. A cold beer usually pairs well with it, and it is absolutely delightful. As I said, I get it at least once every cruise, and I end up spending maybe about $20, usually less, for a pound of peel and eat shrimp. I think the last on the Magic, I think it was roughly about $15 plus tax and gratuity and everything. So under $20. So, well worth it. And for a pound of peel and eat shrimp, unless you're absolutely starving, that is enough for two people to really enjoy with a couple drinks. So $10 per person, worth it. The other thing, and I can't believe they haven't raised the price on this, it comes in a bread bowl, but the clam chowder. They put, at least to my experience so far, they always put a generous amount of clams in the clam chowder. Like I said, it's in a bread bowl, so it softens up that bread on the core of the bread bowl. And when you get to the bottom and you're kind of scraping the bread to get the last little bit of clam chowder out of there, it's really, really tasty. So I love the Seafood Shack. And like I said, it is at a cost, so if you're looking to avoid spending money, well, you can cross that one off. But let's go to the next one, and that is Guy's Burgers, because that is free. And they have the best free burgers at sea, in many people's opinion. And you can include me in that opinion, because they offer a variety of different burgers, and you can pick out the variety that you like the most. And if it's not exactly the way you want it, how they prepare it, there is a generous toppings bar with a variety of different toppings, from bacon to your normal expected toppings like your jalapenos, your giardiniera, your lettuce, your tomatoes, your raw onions, all kinds of stuff over there. The pickles. And then they have like a chipotle mayonnaise that you can use. And then, of course, your ketchup, your mustard, all that good stuff. But it is not to be missed, especially considering that it is free. So take advantage of Guy's Burgers. You will love that on the Carnival Magic. Now, you veteran cruisers, you already know. But you new cruisers, you may not. You may not. So don't miss out on Guy's Burgers when you go on the Carnival Magic. So let's jump into the next thing. Since we're already talking food, let's get to the main dining room. And I really liked the main dining room on the Carnival Magic. I've been on cruises in Carnival before, and honestly, the main dining room menu, the food on those particular ships wasn't up to the standards that I was used to. But on the Carnival Magic, it was. And there wasn't a meal. Now, I didn't eat in the main dining room every night, but several nights, and I didn't have a meal that I didn't like. I mean, I finished every entree, or at least to the point of being full, and was satisfied. I was satisfied. Now that I won't say there was too many entrees where I'm like, oh my God, this is unbelievable, or anything like that. That's why I put it only as a like. But I feel like if you go in the general time, and I know it can vary from sailing to sailing. There's sometimes I've been on a back-to-back cruise, for example, in one week, the main dining room, the food, thought it was great. The other week, not as great. Why? I mean, same ship within a week of one another. So it can vary, but I think you're going to like the food in the main dining room. And the dessert, the bitter and blanc dessert on the Carnival Magic was fabulous. So that is only offered on particular evenings, and it might only be offered once on a sailing. So be on the lookout on that for the in the dessert section on your main dining room menu, and don't pass that up. Okay, let's go on to the next one. And this is in the main dining room, but I feel like it should be in a category by itself because it's not offered every day in the main dining room, only on sea days. And if you're on voyages of longer than 7 days, now in this particular case, the Carnival Magic had 3 sea days. Surprisingly, on the second to last sea day, there was no sea day brunch offered. Now, I don't know if that's part of the cutbacks, if this was a one-time thing, but there is more and more people coming forward from different ships saying that not all the time are they offering sea day brunch on a sea day, which is very disappointing. But the 2 days that they did have sea day brunch, I took advantage of, and even the sea day brunch menu has not avoided cuts, I guess you could say, by Carnival, and many of the offerings that had been offered on previous sea day brunch have been eliminated. But the good news is there's still a pretty extensive sea day brunch menu. The steak and eggs is still there, so nobody has to worry about that. You steak lovers out there, huevos rancheros, a lot of the familiar favorites are still there. And I will say I tried something new this time as far as sea day brunch. Two things that they eliminated that I really enjoyed in the past was the salmon superfood salad. That's gone. That was really good. Made me feel a little better about myself for what I was eating. And then they had a signature seafood tower, which they'd serve with bagels, and they would have anywhere from shrimp salad to tuna salad to salmon and all kinds of great seafood yummies that you could top your bagel with, and it was exceptional. Now that was gone, but I did try the fried chicken for sea day brunch that included a waffle. So, combining your lunch type menu with your breakfast type menu, and that was very good. The 4 pieces of chicken were small, but I also had the steak and eggs. Now, the steak was small as well, but the two together, the chicken and the steak and the eggs, was more than enough, even for somebody of my size. And I really did enjoy that. So sea day brunch, you don't want to miss it, especially if they're not going to offer it on every sea day on your particular cruise. So make sure you find out what days they're offering it, and if there's some days they're not offering it, because you don't want to go thinking, oh, I missed sea day brunch yesterday when it was actually there, and then go the next day when they don't have it. So you want to make sure you check that out on your cruise. That's a tip. All right, let's move on to one of my favorites that I feel is overlooked by a lot of people, and that is the Carnival Deli. Now, the Carnival Deli can be found on every Carnival cruise ship, I'm pretty sure. If there's one out there that doesn't include it, let me know about it. But on every Carnival ship I've ever been on, and I've been on just about every dang one of them, they have a deli. And the deli offers a variety of hot and cold sandwiches. They even offer cookies, French fries, and you can even get a chili cheese dog there. So yeah, there is a lot to be, excited about. If you are a big sandwich fan, there is going to be a sandwich or a wrap even that you will find at the deli that you really enjoy. And I feel like some people, particularly new cruisers, there's so many food offerings that you can kind of walk right past the deli and miss it completely, and then hear about it from somebody like me afterwards and think, dang, why didn't I try the deli? So don't miss the deli. I think you will love that. Get a great sandwich. And here's another tip for you: go to the deli, order a couple sandwiches when you are in port, and then when you go off the ship, wrap those babies up, and then you have a couple sandwiches for the beach. I've done that a few times, and it's really come in handy. It's saved a little bit of money, and you got a great sandwich on top of it. So that's a tip for you to go along with the deli. Now, next, the resident cruise director of the Carnival Magic currently, as of December 2022, is Joey. Now, Joey was great on my particular cruise. Now, he is a newer cruise director. He used to be the comedy host on the Carnival Vista. And if you didn't know, well, let me break the news to you, but him and Kindle Fire are a romantic item. They have been for quite a while. And Kindle Fire is moving up the ranks and is widely considered the #1 female cruise director within the Carnival fleet. And there are a lot of rumors going around that she is in the lead to be given the Carnival Jubilee whenever the Carnival Jubilee may debut. And that would be Carnival's newest ship when it does. And there's a lot of people that believe Kindle Fire will get that. Now, Joey, being a newer cruise director, he's still learning a lot of stuff. And he, talked to me in private conversation in regards to, how many new challenges, I guess you could say that he had being a new cruise director. And just how taxing it is, how much work it is to do. But I felt like he conquered most of those obstacles, and I believe the cruise passengers really liked and loved him. Now, one funny thing that a lot of cruise directors do is they have a special sign off, a special way they say goodbye when they're ending an announcement. And Joey has a very clever one, being that he's across the pond. He will end his announcement by saying, "Cheerio," and then there'll be a pause for a few seconds, and then he'll say something like, "and Frosted Flakes," or "and Fruit Loops," or something like that. Now, I know that sounds corny, but it actually brought a lot of smiles to people's faces, and it brought a smile to my face. And what I found amusing about it is I was look around when he'd make announcements, and I'd see, families talking to one another, and they'd be waiting to hear what the cereal was that he was going to announce, because it became like a little game, and they would try to guess what cereal he was going to say after Cheerio. And families and people would just get a little chuckle out of it. So I thought that was a really cute little thing to sign off by, and it's original, which I appreciate too. So I think you're going to like and possibly love Joey as a cruise director. Now, he will go on breaks, but as of 2022, he is the resident cruise director of Carnival Magic. So if you're watching this anytime in 2022, 2023, there's a good chance Joey's going to be your cruise director. Okay, so let's go on. Live music. You are going to probably love on the Carnival Magic. Now, the live music can be found in the atrium lobby, like it is on virtually every Carnival cruise ship. And they even have a separate little stage right above the atrium lobby bar where the performers can perform and have a good amount of space to perform. I saw the violin trio there. They were very good. I also saw, a couple of the bands that performed many cover songs that people really enjoyed. Just sitting back at the bar or in the lobby area with a drink, or just enjoying the music and, people watching, whatever it is people might do. So the live music was exceptional. Now, there's also live music being performed in the Red Frog Pub. It's also being performed on the Lido deck. And it's also being performed just the other side of the Alchemy bar in the plaza. And the thing I love the Alchemy bar. I feel like that's the best drinks Carnival has to offer. So many times in the evening, I'll just sit and enjoy a drink or two or three at the Alchemy bar. And because the plaza is situated right in front of the Alchemy bar, I get to hear live music virtually all night. And, people are really getting into the music. The Alchemy team included a young lady named Diana, and I always got a chuckle out of her because I could tell she was enjoying the music, because as she was making drinks, she was kind of lip syncing to the music and singing along with them. So yeah, she was a lot of fun. And the whole Alchemy team, Nicola and Brian and Fernando, who was their assistant, really did a great job, and we all enjoyed the music. So let's go on to the next thing. Now, I liked the playlist productions. That is what the theater offers, the playlist productions, and they will probably have about 4 different shows for you. Now, I only went to 2 of them, and I'll tell you why. Because I've been on so many Carnival cruise ships that I've seen I've seen pretty much all the shows except for the shows on the new Celebration. So I knew what to expect. So, despite that, I still go to the shows even if I've seen them, because I enjoy it. I enjoy the effort and the enthusiasm that the dancers and the singers put into each and every playlist production. Now, because the shows were older and there wasn't any one vocalist, I guess you could say, that just absolutely wowed me. They were very good, and I don't want to mean that as derogatory or whatever, but I had been on the Mardi Gras, just this past summer, and then, the Horizon, and I saw a few vocalists that absolutely wowed me. So by comparing directly from them, that's why I put it only as a like, but I do feel like you're going to like it very much and possibly love it. And the vocalists, they change. They don't stay the same on the ship all the time. So there's a very good chance, depending upon when you're going to cruise in particular, you could get a new cast of playlist dancers and singers, and your opinion may vary on that as well. Okay, so let's go on to something that I feel the Dream Class ships, and the Magic is a Dream Class ship, got right, and some of the newer ships are struggling with, and that is the Spa. Now, the Spa has been given a large chunk of the ship. Okay, you have the Serenity deck, and then directly below it you have the Spa. Now, within the Spa, there are a variety of saunas, steam rooms, and this, what they call, and people make fun of me when I try to pronounce this, and if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I don't care. I like saying the word, but the Thalassopoli, the Thalassopoli whirlpool is a gigantic whirlpool that I would say you could comfortably have 12 people in, and them laying back on these metal-like flutes that recline, and then the burst of bubbling hot water all around you, massaging you as you lay there, and it is a wonderful experience. And then you go into the steam room and sauna areas, and they have these, most of you that have been in a spa on a Carnival ship, you know what I'm talking about, but they look like reclining rockers that are like stone, and you lay on them. They have a gentle warming heat, not hot to where it's uncomfortable, but just a gentle warming that when you lay there, it kind of puts you to sleep, and it kind of relaxes the muscles and just makes you feel good all over, right? They have an aromatherapy steam room that is wonderful. The smells, and then not only the smell being the aromatherapy and all, but it's a good steam, a good hot, and with a big bottle of water in your hand and drinking that, you sweat out a lot of those bad toxins from all you had to drink the night before, and you're ready for the night ahead, and you feel good coming out of there. So yeah, the Spa on the Dream Class ships, and the Magic again is a Dream Class ship. They hit it out of the park. I feel it's better than the new, definitely better than the Vista Class ships, and still better than the XL Class ships. The XL Class ships, for the size of the ship, you would think the spa area would be much bigger when it came to those sauna, steam rooms, everything else, but it's not. And I just feel like, you're going to get a lot for your money if you are somebody that enjoys the spa. And I will say this too, that is at a cost. To get advantage of those rooms, you need to either book a spa cabin, which usually costs more, or they have a pass that you can get for an individual. I think the time I went, it was roughly $140 to go for an 8-day cruise. and different sales and things like they have. You might be able to get it for a little less. It might cost a little bit more, but yeah. They used to offer couple packages, which would be a little bit cheaper. I haven't seen those as recently, so now they're just offering them as individual. But so you might have to pay a little bit more by if you're a couple, buying 2 individual passes instead of 1. So let's move on to the next one. I just talked about Serenity. Now, the good thing about the Serenity deck is that is not an extra fee. And if you would just like to relax, you want some peace and quiet, you want to lay out in the sun, or you want to lay in the shade out in the sun, they have, plenty of shaded areas and plenty of sunny areas on the Serenity deck. They have a bar there. Usually they have a waiter or waitress walking around looking to get you a drink and take it right to your lounger that you're at. And you can sit back in the sun or the shade, take a little siesta. They have a lot of those little clamshell day beds that you can lay in or sit in with a cold drink or just to take a nap. And kids aren't allowed. So if the kids are something that worry you, escape to the Serenity deck and you will avoid all the little kiddos running and screaming, and you'll just be able to, like I say, relax in peace and quiet, listen to some good music, read a book, whatever it is you may like. And that's why so many people like and love the Serenity deck. And there's also a couple of hot tubs up there that you can enjoy if you want to take a little dip if you go up there in the evening. So the Serenity deck, that's something you're going to like or love. All right, we are starting to run out of things, but I mentioned this earlier, so let me get to it now. The Alchemy bar. The Alchemy bar, for those of you that don't know, you newer cruisers out there, and maybe even some of you that have been on a few cruises but just haven't gone to the Alchemy bar. The Alchemy bar are mixologists, okay, and they take their time making your drink. You're not going to probably go there and say, give me a rum and coke, because it's a martini bar, right? And what they're going to do is they're going to probably mix 4 or 5 different ingredients together to come up with a wonderful concoction that you will love. And in some cases, they will create a drink of their own just for you if you can't find something on the menu that sounds delightful. Most people have a pretty good time going through that menu, and they can easily find something that they'll like. But when you've been to the Alchemy bar as much and you've tried about everything, sometimes you want a little something different. So you can request that, and they will come up with a signature drink that you can call your own, that you created with ingredients that you like, along with the mixologist's help. So the Alchemy bar, you will love the Alchemy bar. I hope you love it as much as me, but I don't see how that's possible because I love it a lot. Okay, and then finally, and this is at a cost, but again, it's something that I do every cruise. I go at least one time, and that is the Steakhouse. All right, now some people say, hey, you know what, I don't want to spend, I think it's up to $45 or something now for an individual. I don't want to spend $45 when I can go to the main dining room and eat for free. And that is a valid argument. But if you want to, go to that next level of eating and really indulge and treat yourself one evening or 2 evenings or whatever the case may be, they serve some fabulous steaks in the Steakhouse. Now, the way I make it worth it, or, I debate whether I should go or eat the free food that is usually very good in the main dining room, is I think about a steakhouse in my home, which is Chicago. And for me to go to a steakhouse here and get an equivalent experience with my wife, we would easily spend $300. Because a steakhouse here, you're probably going to, for a good quality cut comparable to what you will get in a Carnival steakhouse, you're probably going to spend at least $70 on a steak. Okay, and then they charge you for all the sides. So like if you want a side of mashed potatoes for something, it's going to be $13 or $15. A side of asparagus, another $15. Then you get some lobster bisque to go with that. And that's going to be $16 or something like that. So you see where the costs add up, and then you add your drinks in, and all of a sudden, you get that bill with gratuity and everything. You end up spending like $300. So for a fraction of the price, you can enjoy a similar experience on the cruise ship, and yeah, it's just so worth it. I like to pair my steak with, of course, you could do it with like a red wine. Some people prefer white, but I like watermelon martinis to go with my meal in the steakhouse. And they make an exceptional watermelon martini in the steakhouse. So I think that you will really like that. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about all I have for you. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And I will say this, at the time of airing of this video, we are very, very close to hitting our goal to end the 2022 calendar year of 2,000 subscribers. In fact, we raised the bar just a little bit, and or raised the goal, I guess you could say, to 2,023 subscribers before the clock strikes midnight and it becomes 2023. But I at least want to get 2,000. If you're not already a subscriber, you will be doing me a huge, huge favor and helping me out a lot. If this video was of use to you and you feel like you got some tips and you got some ideas of what you want to do, then do me the solid and hit that subscribe button and the notification button, and I will do my best to get you more videos like this that you can use to help maximize your cruise experience in the future. Not only that, but if you have questions, if you are a cruise lover, join our Facebook group, the Coach Cruisers on Facebook. You just look up Coach Cruise and you'll see this big noggin smiling back at you along with my wife, Anita. So I hope wherever you are, you have a great day, a great week, a great month, and have a great 2023 coming up. That's about all I got for you, and we'll see you later.
And secondly, and this one is huge, like and subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you know when this man is posting more videos.
I just can't get away from a good time.